Welcome back to the lab. It is your old Professor Pelican. If this is your first time here, do consider dropping a subscribe and make sure you guys like the video down below. We've got some bad news to unfortunately talk about, but I've got some great news, which I think is actually connected, and I'll explain why here in a moment. But we'll do the great news in a minute. Let's get to the unfortunate news first, and that is, of course, that the current terror raids have been postponed. Now, for those of you that have been offline for a week, this does not affect you. In fact, this could be a great thing. Now, my system's been offline because I have been taking, as you guys have probably followed along in the channel, I have been taking advantage of the raid battles every single day. I've still got Iron Leaves. I don't have Walking Way because I'm on Violet mostly. I've had Chestnut. We've been trying a bunch of different teams, and this gives us more opportunities to actually go in and play a few more of these. So if you guys have builds, let's try to keep the Giga Drain to a minimum, because oh my god, the requests for Giga Drain have been nutty. But we've got a few more days here that we can actually continue doing this. I would assume this is going to probably take place next weekend, and that is because of the good news we need to talk about. Let's go ahead and jump back over. Now, big shout out to Cerebi, because obviously we're using Cerebi's Twitter here, but Cerebi's website, we're going to go ahead and abuse it too. Pokemon Home is finally being unlocked for Scarlet and Violet players. Final date, May the 23rd, I think. Read here. Yes, May the 23rd. This will be turned on for Scarlet and Violet, which is awesome. You will finally be able to transfer Mon from Legends Arceus, Sword and Shield, and all that right over to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which is awesome. Because there's so many more Mon. I mean, this expands. The funny part is I don't think it's really going to mess with the in-game decks, because if you haven't been paying attention, essentially the raid Mon and stuff that are dropping, most of those Mon are going to not be included in the decks. Like Walking Weights, Iron Leaves, any Charizard, Chestnut, any of the raid Mon, those Mon have not necessarily been added to the decks per se, but they are playable in-game. With this implementation and everything that's coming, what did they say? The decks is going to be something like, the global decks per se in game will be something like 800 units deep. You've got tons of Hisuian versions that you can bring over. You've got Galarian versions you can bring over. We'll cover all of that here in an upcoming video leading up to the drop of this. I think that's phenomenal. Now, the sad reality is I do not have Sword and Shield. So I think that's one thing that we will, or Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Actually, unfortunately, I slightly missed out on the sale of that back in last month. But those are games. If you guys want to see those games, see some gameplay and see us do some transfers, let me know down below, because by all means, we can bring some gameplay. Now, the good news is today's going to bring you something fun and brand new to the channel. We'll be doing our first episode on this channel with our brand new cage lock. That is a Nuzlocke with a cage match at the end of every gym. It is so much fun. We've done 2 of these on my old channel. Link for that will be down below. But we're doing it now in a new family-friendly fashion. The old ones were very not family-friendly at all. And we're going to have a ton of fun with this. So make sure you guys check out that video that'll be dropping this evening. But Pokemon Home opens up tons of options. If you guys want to see more gameplay, let me know down there. I would love to bring it to you. I'd love to bring more Mon into Scarlet and Violet, and I love to try out new games that I haven't necessarily had before. We played all the mobile games, but Scarlet and Violet was my first Switch Pokemon game. So, sounds like it's a perfect opportunity to correct that. And, vote for your favorite game down below. Great news! Sad the raid is gone, but if your Switch is offline, sadly, gives you an extra week to play it. Great news. All that good stuff. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys tonight for the first episode of our brand new cage lock.